Depending on the order in which you're watching these videos, you might have seen us do a video that showing the Remarkable doesn't have a pen. There's something else the Remarkable lacks. Lights. There's no glow light on this unit, which is very strange because every single unit everywhere has glow lights. GLOCUSENT Corporation was nice enough to send us these, the USB rechargeable book light and the horizontal ET head book light. We're going to unbox both of these and see how they work in both a lighted and a non-lighted situation. I would have liked some perforation on the circle there, guys. I can't open it, but that's what knives are for. Or scissors in this circumstance. No, we're not going to do an unboxing and review separately because these are just book lights. I'm not trying to downplay it, but it's not a whole lot of function outside of just lighting the scene. I hope these already come powered or they hook into the bottom of the USB perhaps. So it looks like you get a 36-month warranty. That's cool. You get a user guide that it is, wow, that's a lot of languages. That's pretty cool. And it does look like, yeah, it just plugs in there. So I hope it has some sort of angle changer because if it doesn't, we're just going to be out of luck. So if I press the, oh, ho, ho, wow, beautiful. Can't wait to show that with the lights off. So let's see how this all works here because I've never used it. It looks like you can change the angle that way. Do we have a pivot? We do. We do it, and it pivots on the neck. That's what we wanted to see. I almost guarantee the USB is going to be right here. There. Oh, wait. Is that what I wanted to see? I thought it was going to be a USB-C. Okay, so you charge it via USB, and then you plug it in to the bottom of the unit just with the clip. Okay, that makes more sense. I thought this was going to connect with the USB-C at the bottom, like so, click a doodah, and then tilt up or something like that. So it doesn't do that. So what we would do is we would go like this, clip it on, and then turn the lights off. So I'm going to set this up, we'll turn the lights off, and then we'll look at the overhead one with the little kind of slinky arm. Now there's a couple things you want to note about this is that obviously you need a little bit of a buffer because if you go too far you're starting to cover things. Now granted they did think about that and they made it translucent so you can see through it. That's kind of a very nice R&D feature. So you got to back it off to where your margin and your headers are. From there you can actually tilt the head down like so in order to get an appropriate angle and then you would press the button to turn it on. So let's turn the lights off and see how much of a spread we actually get on the page. I can see the entire thing, that's not a problem at all, and you do have different light intensities, so you can go super bright like that, in which case you can go to the final level and you get the entire thing illuminated. Now the further you go down the darker it gets, but that's where you can mitigate the problem with the tilt, and then you kind of get a decent spread. Now from the intensity of the burst of light here, you'll see it doesn't look that great here, but it is illuminated. You can clearly see everything, and if I were to turn it off, you can see that it's very dark. And we left the lights on a little bit just for the purposes of the camera. You can also change the colors. You can do deep red, you can kind of balance it out, and you can do orange, candlelight, and blue, etc. It's just different degrees of Kelvin. Kelvin is the rating in which you utilize to measure light. So this would be more of like a 3000 degree Kelvin. This would be more of like a 5 or 6, and then blues and purples, and you get into like the 10Ks. So that's kind of what we're dealing with that. Now if you don't want it on the top, obviously you can move this around. You can put it on the side, you can hang it on the corner like that if you want it to get out of the way, and you can do the tilt to go like that. Now because this is coming from a light source as opposed to a gel illuminated layer, you're always going to get a strong intensity of light at the source versus the really far away dark side of the moon right here. And logically speaking, it is never going to make sense to have a book light compared to just getting a device with a glow light. Reason being, as I said, this is a gel layer that is illuminated. I mean, you can't argue with that. It's flawless because in between the screen and the glass, there is a screen protector effectively that has lights that shoot into it that allow you to make the device look like that. And it looks perfect because it is perfect. There's no problems with that, and when I turn this off, that's gone. Completely gone, the Remarkable, but the Kindle is still completely alive. It doesn't make sense these days to have a glow light less device. It just doesn't, because there are so many options that actually do have glow lights that are significantly more capable than the Remarkable basically ever can be. I'm not beating on the Remarkable. These are objective facts. The Remarkable just simply can't do anything compared to every other device in the market. Now, we do need to check one more thing, and that is the alternative ET head booklight they gave us. I believe because this one has a flex cable, this one's going to have a little bit more, well, literally flexibility in that you're able to kind of pinpoint where the light source will come from. This one does seem to charge via USB-C. I hope it has some juice for the sake of this video, or else we're going to have to cut. There we go. So we have our clip right here, which is lined with 2 little rubber stoppers. That's very nice. And the light itself. How do we turn that on? We press the button right there. Perfect. I believe this one to be a lot better. It's not as compact and kind of streamlined as this one. This one is very modular. It's like hold it in your hand. Looks like kind of a little remote. You don't need to use this for a booklight. You can use it as a flashlight all day long. And it's got a swivelable head and an angular head as well, so that's really nice. So let's get the Remarkable back into action here, and let's go to an ebook, put this on somewhere. We'll put it, again, out of the way of the actual header of the book. Once it boots up, Remarkable is not that fast, so put it right there. Now, we will put this over there, and turn the light on and see what we're looking at. Now, I will say, although this technically does get in the way a little bit more because you have this thing in front of you, if you put it too far, it's going to be in front of the actual text. But it does give you a lot more, sorry for the play on words, flexibility to put it anywhere you want. You can put it over there. If you're right-handed, maybe you don't want to utilize it at the top, you can utilize it at the side. Now you do get a little bit of reflective because again it's further above the actual screen surface, so when your eyes go there it bounces into the light like that, so you're gonna have to move it out of the way, and when you do the source becomes too far. There's really no winning when it comes to book lights. There is one winner when it comes to book lights, and that's the Dasung Ming, but it really is only earmarked for about 7-inch devices. This one as well does have intensities and light control, so you can do 3 different light controls. Book lights are something that just don't really need to exist anymore. Reason is that just about every manufacturer, both major and minor, do have and does have glow lights built into the units themselves. There's a few stragglers like Fujitsu, Supernote, Remarkable that just simply don't have glow lights. So when it comes to devices where you do need glow light capabilities, things like this are going to pick up the pieces. They definitely will. This is the GLOCUSENT horizontal ET book light and USB rechargeable book light. I like this one more. It's really cool to hold in your hands. I think it's very nice, feels great. It has this little head that can turn any which way. I think it's absolutely amazing. If you don't have a glow light, well, beggars can't be choosers. There you go.